Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Hinterland. Happy Monday. Happy beginning of your week. If the beginning of the week can be happy, let's make it happy, I guess. Mondays for me are, well, they're hit and miss. Um, Finished up mowing both of our grass fields. We've got two grass fields here. We've got these two Hummers right here. Actually, I need to clear that. But yeah, did course play on the second one. Kind of did half course play, half me on the first, finishing up this one. But either way, we got it done, which is really nice. So we've got quite a lot of grass to pick up now on these here two fields. This field and I think our other grass field is over that way somewhere. I brought the old Deutz Warrior over. I figured we'd give it a bit of a workout. I traded it out for the Fent. What a great looking tractor. Man, great looking tractor. The only thing I notice is that looks a little, how do you say, kitty wampus? Maybe catty wampus, depending on where you're located in the world. But kitty wampus, catty wampus, that doesn't look right. Looks like we got a little flat, little flat tires going on in the front or something, but I think we can fix that. How? Yeah, there we go. So we can raise and lower. Okay, so that's as high as it can go. If we lower the pickup head, I don't think that's right. I think that's not right. Let's move forward a little bit and get out of these weeds. I think it needs to be, I think those wheels are supposed to be kind of on the ground, aren't they? So maybe somewhere. Oh yeah, you can see that. Oh yeah, it flexes nice. Okay. You go, Giants. You go. That looks a little better, though. A little more level. Maybe like that, maybe. Something like that. I'm just being picky. Maybe a little silly. Who knows? Being silly and picky. So yeah, the rain has stopped, by the way, as well, which is good news for us because we've got two, count them, two wheat fields. Two for the price of one. Three. Brad, you are so wrong. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. What's ready? Oh, we've got more than two wheat fields, but what's ready to harvest? Maybe that's where I'm at. There we go. We've got three wheat fields ready for harvest, which is good because we've got factories waiting to make flour. They're primed and ready to go. We've got workers sitting there just saying, bring us wheat. Bring us the wheat. Yeah. But what we need to do, let's turn this off for the time being. Let's scooch around. Let's hop in our class. Our class. I always feel very British when I pronounce class. See, we here in the US of A, we like our A's. We don't like our A's. We like our A's. So that's a class. But then it only has one S. So is it really a class? No, it's not. It's a class. I just feel weird saying it. I'm going to mow the grass with the class. But then grass has two S's. There's a really good YouTube video. I think it's Gallagher. And it might have been a YouTube short. Are you going to connect? Or am I just way off the mark here? Oh, it's way back. Okay, so it's pretty far under there. All right. We got it, though. Gallagher. I don't know if you've ever heard of the comedian Gallagher. He's a little old school. So some of you younger folk probably have not heard of Gallagher. But he's got a really good, he's got a YouTube short out there. I'm sure he didn't put it out there, probably somebody else. But of word pronunciation, American English word pronunciation. It's actually pretty clever. It's actually right on the money, too. I think English, I don't know, because I've spoken it my whole life, good or bad. This is what I've gone with, right? I've heard it's one of the most difficult languages to speak. maybe not to speak, to learn. So if you're not a native English speaking person, I can only imagine how amazingly confusing our language must be. Because sometimes, to be honest, it just doesn't make sense. I have a hard time making sense of it sometimes, and I grew up with it. I can't imagine being in a different language and trying to figure this nonsense out. Will this work here? Can we just park this here and go for it? I think we can. If it gets in the way, we'll bring over the Vultra to save the day. Well, that rhymed. I didn't even know I was a poet. I bet you didn't know it. Boy, it's bad. So bad. I was informed of something. I love learning new things in Farm Sim. I really do. And I never feel like there's, you know it all. You know, there's always some subtle things or some things that you didn't know. You know, it's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that, or I didn't know it worked that way, even though you thought you knew it worked that way. Let's unfold. I'm going to try and work and talk. I have such a hard time doing that. Is this ready? See? There, yeah, it's ready. I never know when this stinking thing is fully unfolded and invested and ready to go. We're going to start on this here wheat field. Oh, we're going to get a lot of straw too, aren't we? That'll be a good thing, right? Let's set up Courseplay. And let's bring a trailer over too. Let's bring a trailer over. So a couple things. I feel like I skipped a topic I was just talking about. Maybe not. Anyways. Learning something new. That's what it was. Yeah. So I was informed by a certain viewer of the channel, a longtime subscriber of the channel, early subscriber of the channel, that production facilities, I guess it makes sense. I'm not sure. I wish I had more, like I've said this before, I wish I had more insider knowledge to how the production facilities are doing their thing, because I feel like they're fairly complicated, and we're gonna leave this gentleman or lady right here, because we're gonna see if Courseplay will do a little self-unloading while we're busy doing some other things. That the production facilities get slower the more you have them do. Now, I don't know if that's... I don't know. I don't know how the production facilities work like that. I'm assuming that, let's say you've got a production facility like our bakery here, and let's say the only thing we have it doing is producing bread. Now, I don't think they slow down, because this is a guaranteed cycle, so I'm not sure what exactly was being pointed out to me, because these cycles are guaranteed. Even if they're all running, or even if one is running, you're still going to get these cycles per month. So technically they're not going to slow down. Now, of course, if we had two bakeries doing the same thing, they still wouldn't slow down, because they're still running the same cycles per month, as long as you keep the products in there. So I'm not sure that I have a good understanding of what was meant by the factory slowing down. I must be misunderstanding, because they shouldn't slow down. They should continue at that rate. That rate's not a variable rate. So anyways, trying to learn more about factories, trying to learn something. I've said it before, this is the most production factories I've had on one map. Certainly never have had to get the old more production factories mod going, which we had to do on this map. Let's create a job. Let's do some field work. Let's do, I reckon one headland should be enough, right? We can do two headlands. We can do sharp. Why not? Let's generate. That looks pretty good right yonder there. We should get straw. I think Course Play automatically has straw activated. We'll make sure before we let this thing go. I did mess around with the volume in the game a little bit, so just testing out some new volume settings. You all let me know if it's horrible or not. Why is that not? There we go. First waypoint. And I suppose I also want to make sure that self-unload. I always forget where these things are. Prefer custom angle, different delta, blah, blah, blah. Avoid driving on the crops if you can. Full tools, return. We're tool offset, automatic. Oh, combine self-unload. Yeah, it's sitting right there, Brad. It's activated. It's activated. And we are getting windrows, straw windrows. Excellent day. Love to see that. So the volume, I made some adjustments. I've been continually try to improve the channel, the videos. There may be a limit to the improvement because I'm doing them, so you're kind of stuck at that level. But always a chance that I might get something a little more right than I had before. Who knows? Yeah, I love watching these combines work. So this morning I was doing a little bit of excuse me. I was doing a little bit of, I don't know if you all do this or not, but I was looking for something to watch. I was looking for a movie to watch. Just kind of was in the mood for a movie. And I like to, sometimes I'm in the mood for like kind of a specific type of movie. Like I'll do a search for like horror movies that take place in the Arctic. You know, horror movies that take place in snowy areas, or maybe it'll be I don't know, you get the drift, right? And that actually is what I looked up this morning, and I ended up settling on, I was watching what was it? Oh yeah, the because I had watched The Thing again. If you haven't seen The Thing, it's an old 80s deal. But I think it was Kurt Russell, I think, in The Thing. I always get him confused with this other dude. Anyways, great 1980s sci-fi horror thriller. Didn't do very well at the box office, my understanding is, when it first came out, because it was exceptionally gory for the time. But it gained a lot of traction later, as some movies do. And I was kind of stuck into that Arctic horror thing. So I ended up watching Let Me In. It's not in the Arctic. The only thing was there was snow on the ground. I don't know how that really did it for me. Good movie though. Not bad. Not bad. Basically a vampire thing. A girl, 12-year-old girl, Chloe, I forget the actress's name. She was in Kick-Ass. She was I forget what her superhero character name was, but she's a vampire, and 12-year-old or 13-year-old vampire. It's all right. It's not a bad movie, but why did I say this? Oh, because I was also looking up like movies, farming movies, and it's kind of funny the movies that you find if you put in show me farming horror movies. And it's like, first of all, are there any? Like, literally, are there any horror movies based in farming? I'll just say the selections that were presented to me were sketchy and iffy at best. I don't even remember what any of them were, but certainly none of them were like combine, monster combines on the loose or anything like that, which actually would be really cool to see a bunch of combines going to town on people. But there is a movie where, what's it called? Maximum Overdrive is the closest thing I can think of. I think that was like Steven Spielberg, I think, one of his first, if not his first major motion picture. I think it's Spielberg, where all the, a bunch of semi-trucks come to life and drive on their own and attack people. And if you haven't had a chance, if you haven't been able to check it out, you should check it out. It's an interesting watch. Man, this thing is almost making me dizzy to watch this thing, trying to figure out where to self-unload. Are you going to hit? Are you going to hit? Are you smart enough to... Oh, you are smart enough to do that. Good for you. Good for you, Mr. Combine. Alright. Let's pick up some grass while I'm yapping. Looks like our Courseplay fella is doing just fine. Oh, no, you stay down. You turn on. I'm assuming our Mr. Deutz-Fahr here is going to be able to handle trucking this trailer around. We also want to make certain that we keep our silage additive tank filled up. That's going to give us a nice bump in our grass volume for sure. And it just started raining here. Raining pretty hard here. I don't think you all will be able to pick it up through the mic, but at first I thought something was going on with my computer's fans or something like that, but then a quick peek outside, and it's pretty torrential out there. We were supposed to get some rain today, and we're finally getting it, which is good. We need it. Like a lot of the country, I think, and especially those up in Canada and stuff, it's been a bit of a dry summer so far. Some rough field action going on here. Had a chance to... Let's see if I can do this. I vary in my success rate on driving these things from the front view like that. Had a chance to look at the Porsche DLC pack much closer, being released here on the 25th. I think it's pretty slick. I like it better than the last DLC we got. For me at least, I prefer it. Now, I won't be using all of the equipment, but I do see where having some larger, especially some larger malters in the base game will be quite handy. Overall, though, again, the equipment looks amazing. Giants really did a bang-up job with the modeling. Boy, this is some rough ground. Did a bang-up job with the modeling on these things. It's just so impressive to see how good these implements and tractors can look. It's just so good. And I like the fact that we see that progression continuing, even though we're still on FS22. We're seeing better and better. Where's our silo? Way over yonder. I should put down, how much are these silos? Would it almost be worth just putting down another silo like on this end of the field down here just to make life a little easier instead of having to drive back and forth and back and forth? But yeah, it's cool to see And I think that's what some of the forums, some of the comments about some of these DLCs, people want. They just don't, you don't just want equipment. You want innovations, let's say, to the game. Like, give us this horse DLC pack, but also then maybe add something new, the way the way the equipment not so much looks and handles, but like I don't know how I'm wording this. Maybe a new crop type with it. That would be perfect. Something like that would be cool. Like when we got the Gavile pack, when we got the Gavile DLC, we kind of got a little bit of a bonus there, right? We got that baler that can bale the various crop types. I want to say, you can bring, stuff over and I don't know, what is that thing? I forget what it even, I don't even know what the name is. This is what I'm thinking of right here. Not necessarily crop types, but you can bale, multiple different things into the back of this gizmo here. It would be cool if, like, I thought, I could have swore when we got previews of this and we were looking at icons, or I don't even know how to. They showed corn. I thought the big news was like we were gonna get corn baling. We didn't get corn baling, right? We didn't get corn baling. And I thought that was like one of the big things was, hey, you're gonna be able to bring over. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my hiney, But you all get where I'm going with it, right? What I'm laying down, what I'm throwing down. I love you, Giants, for the amazing job you do with this equipment and modeling it. The hoses and everything on this new horse. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you really should. Just Farmer Klein, I think, just released a kind of in-depth look at the horse pack. And it's just Giants just... And I'm not saying modders can't or don't, because there are a lot of modders out there that do an amazing job as well. It's just on this horse pack, Giants just kind of, in my opinion, stepped it up a notch with the hoses. And it's just, overall, the mechanics of everything and the sounds are just, yeah, fantastic. You can tell that they... Oh, are we out of... Brad. Let's put the kibosh on this. We are out of silage additive, and I do not want to... I don't want to waste time and effort without silage additive. I think it's a 25% bump. It's pretty substantial and definitely worth it. In fact, it's kind of cool if you can double it up. And I remember watching Driver 53 hit one of his videos when the Gavile pack came out, because you can do silage additive on that one baler. And if you do silage additive on your trailer, right? Am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. Oh, did that on purpose, totally, though, because I just wanted to check on our course play person. So, yeah, that was... Ooh, that was a good crack of lightning. Not sure if you all heard that. Hopefully the electricity isn't going to be going anywhere. Let's just say if this episode ends abruptly, yeah, I lost power. You can double up on silage additive, which gives you a pretty tremendous bonus on your work there. So it's definitely something to check out. So in case you don't know what I'm doing, because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, we are going back to get this thing filled up with silage additive. It's not cheap, but it does last, and it's very much worth it. So it's what I'm curious about is the grass that we already have in here, and we add silage additive. I wonder if it's going to I don't know how the game works that out. Very curious. There's really no way of... I don't know what I was going to look at. Let's see here. I want... Can I not get... Did I just fill up with gas? I guess I did. I don't have gas selected. Wait, what's it? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? It filled up grass. Come on, Giants. Help me out. Help a brother out. It won't let me select. It won't let me do silage additive. And I know you can get it. That's unbelievable. So I think I filled up gas, and we filled up our trailer with grass. Grass and gas. My hiney. Fortunately, we're not in a state of being broke. That is one of those complications, I think, where you get, you know, when you've got the multi-tank. We've run into this before too, you know, where you've got fertilizer and seeds, and those are the kind of things I would like to see corrected as part of a new version. The gameplay mechanics, correct that kind of stuff. Just get it knocked out and done. Recognize that this trailer has two fill planes. It's got the trailer itself, and it's got silage additive. Now the game does recognize that, and I'll tell you why it recognizes that, because if I use power tools, look, it knows. It's recognized. It's not stupid. Silage additive. So the game knows it's there, but for some reason the game doesn't. When you go up to these fill things, the game where am I going? What am I doing? I'm losing my freaking mind. We're just taking a drive. That's what we're doing. We're building the shader cache. That's what we're doing. We're building our shader cache for smoother gameplay. But the game should recognize those multi-tanks. And I've watched some other YouTubers get very, very, very irritated by that as well. So I know it's not just me. One guy I watch on occasion loses his mind over it. Just super irritated. Super irritated. I don't quite get that irritated, but it is very irritating, I will tell you that much. The game should be able, when I pull up to a fill thing like that, I should get, if nothing else, you should get something that says just, in fact, you should get something like this. I mean, a little better descriptive. This isn't very good, but I mean, you should be able to get the option. Give me the option. Say, hey, dude, guess what? You're looking to fill up your trailer. But there's two things you can fill up. You can fill the trailer up itself, or there's a little silage additive tank right there. Which one would you like to do? Instead of hitting R and the game saying, oh, you just want to buy grass, instead of, you know, picking it up off the ground. All that mowing you did, forget that. Oh well, what are you going to do? We paid for grass. It's probably, at the end of the day, overall, it probably is cheaper to go and buy the stinking grass and put it in this fermenting silo than it is to pay for gas, pay for silage additive, pay for wear and tear. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. What are you doing, Mr. Combine? Are you working? You look like you're kind of just sitting there. Why is he just sitting there? What's going on with the combine? What's going on with our combine harvester? Oh, he saw me coming. Oh, wait a minute. You don't think you should fill that up, do you? Did you notice that? I see. I'm walking over to him, and he's like, "Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, no, no. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're full. You're not quite full. You're almost full." Oh, goodness gracious me. Nearest waypoint. What if I just do this? It's so mad at me right now. It's so mad at me right now. It has gas. It doesn't need repairs. Nearest waypoint. Alright. Alright. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're upset because you can't auto unload, maybe. That would be my best guess. You can't unload. I don't know. Just take a lunch break, dude. Take your lunch. A little early lunch. It's 10:30. Go for it. Have a smoky treat. Have some beef jerky. Drink a 40. Do whatever it is you got to do. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to go buy some stinking silage additive. I'll tell you right now, Heinrich better have silage additive in stock, or we're going to throw down. I've requested silage additive in stock at all times from Heinrich. He promised me he would have it. I don't want to run over these flowers. It took me a lot of work to put those flowers in. All right, Heinrich. How's it going, buddy? You doing all right?
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
Silage additive, por favor, s'il vous plaît.
Hi.
All right. Wow. Let's see here. Silage additive. Thank you, sir.
Hi.
Have a good one. You know, between us, I don't think sometimes Heinrich's playing with a full deck. I don't think the elevator goes to the top floor. I don't think there's a full. I don't think he's playing with a full baker's dozen. I don't know what else there is I can say. Oh, look at that! It does work if you only have a pallet of silage additives sitting there. Thanks, Heinrich. You're a real champ. You're a real brosif. All right, everyone. I'm going to call this episode an episode. I clearly, it's become very obvious to me that something is very broke with our Courseplay worker. So I'm going to figure that out and continue to collect grass so we can have a bunch of silage for our cows. So you all take care of yourselves. Happy Monday. Take care of each other, and I will see you tomorrow back here on Hinterland. Bye for now.